our game starts here. It starts with the user landing from the sky. So they get to see the view of the whole house. Okay, so the first thing the user encounters is this board giving sort of instructions. Welcome the user. Says welcome to Techno Infinity Research World. Here you will learn how to conduct a good research with the help of the research onion. To test how bad you want to learn how to do research, the inside of this house is a maze. Find your way to the pool area. You will be rewarded with directions to the research house. Enjoy. So by making this house sort of a maze, we wanted to get the user excited about doing research, because a maze, finding your way out of a maze is sort of research in itself. So what's happening in this house is that there are multiple paths the user can take. Some will lead them out of the house to the pool area where they will get instructions. As you can see now, the user has encountered a dead end. That symbolizes the dead ends the user might encounter when doing research. Some some research papers you will not get the information you require. So we sort of made it easy for the user to find their way to the research house. As you can see, the user comes in here, there's nothing. It symbolizes another dead end in research. So there are multiple ways in which the user can get to the pool area. Okay, let's keep going. Yeah, so this is the pool area. You get to the pool area. We have a pool here. You go in, the user has to go to the beginning of the pool area. So the user walks and walks. Okay, may run, run. Okay. Yeah, so there's a bot over there. That's where the user needs to get to. So yeah, when the user gets here, the bot says congratulations. This is the place the user had to come. It says congratulations, you have found the starting point. Follow the arrows that will lead you to the research house. So here we have arrows. Let's follow the arrows. Let's see what happens. Uh, so it's here. Yeah. So let's keep going. We get another arrow here. So yeah, it says Tech Infinity House of Research. This is the research house where the user will get all the information.
When the user first enters the house of research, the first thing on the right the user sees is a board that is written what is research. And then the board then again says research is the systematic investigation into and study of materials and sources in order to establish facts and reach new conclusions. And then now we're going to go to the right, and then there's another board on the right which says research is done through applying the research onion model, which was presented by Samuel Lewis and Thornhill in their book titled Research Methods for Business Students. The aim of the model is to explain the different stages of writing a dissertation to help students create a better organized methodology. The research onion consists of 6 main layers, which are philosophy, approach, strategy, time horizons, and data collection analysis. So right now we'll go to the next board. So the next board here talks about the first layer, which is philosophy. Philosophy refers to a set of principles concerning the world view or stance from which research is conducted. It is usually studied in terms of ontology, epistemology, and axiology. Ontology refers to the authenticity of the information and how understand its existence, whereas epistemology refers to the valid information required for the research and how one can obtain it. Axiology refers to the role of values and ethics. So we're going to go to the third board over here, which talks about philosophical positions used in academic studies can be divided into positivism, interpretivism, critical realism, and pragmatism. Positivism mainly reflects philosophical stance of a natural scientist. Our ontology is based on objectivist assumptions that entities are observed, epistemic events existing external to social actors. Therefore, only observation and empirical data may be referred to as credible knowledge. As credible knowledge is obtained by observation and finding event regularities which are based on causal law-like functional relations. So we're going to go to interpretivism, an approach based on subjectivist ontological assumptions that entities are constituted of discourse, thus existing or socially constructed reality may be only researched through social construction as consciousness or language. Reality is socially constructed and constantly evolving, therefore knowledge and facts are relative and subjective. The other part talks about pragmatism, which is based on assumption that within the research it is possible to adapt both positivist and interpretivist positions, whichever works the best for a particular research question. The other one is critical realism, based on two ontological assumptions. The first one, the world consists of real entities. The second one, we perceive the sensation and images of real entities, not the real entities themselves. Knowledge is obtained by discovering generative mechanisms. So right now we're going to go into the next room. There are arrows here which show us which way to go. So this one says more about layers of the union. So we're going to go this way. And then the second layer of the union is approach to development theory. So we're going to go into this room where we'll learn more about approach to development theory. So under approach to development theory, there are three approaches to theory development, which are deduction, induction, and abduction approach. So in deduction approach, the specific hypothesis development is based on the literature review that has been observed by the researcher and gradually tries to test the hypothesis and check if it holds in particular context. It involves the development of a theory that is then subjected to a rigorous test through a series of propositions, like developing a hypothesis from the theory and then collecting and analyzing data to test the hypothesis. In deductive inference, when the premises are true, the conclusion must also be true. The next thing we're going to learn about is inductive approach, which involves beginning with a set of empirical observation and then theorizing about those patterns. And then we're going to go to abductive approach, which is a set to address weakness associated with deductive and inductive approaches. Specifically, deductive reasoning is criticized for the lack of clarity in terms of how to select theory via formulating hypotheses. Inductive reasoning, on the other hand, is criticized because no amount of empirical data will necessarily enable theory building. We'll go into the next room. So the next room talks about research strategy. Research strategy suggests experiment, survey, chemical research, case study, ethnography, action research, grounded theory, and narrative inquiry to be the main strategies for research. Right now, we'll be going into the next room, which talks about methodological choice. So research choice with reference to the use of qualitative research methods, as well as the simple or complex mix of both use of mono methods. So basically, these boards here tell us what quantitative research is, a mono, mixed method, and multi-method. So right now we'll go into the next room where we will learn about time horizons. So time horizons in future studies usually refer to periods to be studied or chronological horizons of varying breadth. So right now we'll be going into the last layer of the research onion, which are techniques and procedures. So under techniques and procedures, so following the research onion step by step, the final layer technique and procedures moves the research design towards data collection, analysis, and all previous choices determine the type of basic data collection analysis procedure which help answer the research question, and that is all.
Yeah, so we decided to have all the information in one room so the user doesn't find it difficult to find information and gets lost in the game and forgets about the information. Thank you.